I'm Roger Hickey. I'm co-director of the Institute for America's Future. We support smart economic policies to reduce structural deficits over time. However, I want to share three major concerns. One, we're in danger of killing or weakening needed growth in the name of reducing deficits. Our organization is a member of the Jobs for America Now coalition, and we and many Americans want to warn you that we are very concerned that premature deficit reduction could undermine not only the fragile economic recovery, but the will to do additional stimulus, which is very, very important right now as the economy teeters on the edge. The focus on deficits is causing senators to fail to pass needed jobs bills, for example. Forecasters predict that official unemployment rates will remain well above 9% for several years into the future. This is simply unacceptable. We need new efforts to create jobs, stimulate the economy, and send aid to the states, and it's not happening. Adopting spending cuts or tax increases prematurely will simply slow the recovery and undermine the tax revenues that we need to balance the budget. Now, number two, while deficits should be reduced over time, some deficit reduction strategies are misguided. My organization was the leader of Americans United for Social Security and Healthcare for America Now, helped pass the health care reform bill. And we know that deficits were caused primarily by the tax cuts, by the recession itself, by the military buildup, and most importantly, the growing health care costs in the whole society. Unfortunately, many deficit hawks are fixated on cutting Social Security benefits and cutting Medicare and Medicaid benefits or capping them. We feel that those are mistaken. Social Security has nothing to do with our deficit problems. It is supported by its own dedicated payroll taxes. I would also suggest that this Commission should really put Social Security aside. This is not the venue for discussing Social Security solvency, since it does not contribute to the deficit and will not for decades, if ever. I would suggest that comments so far from members of the Commission have undermined the faith that this Commission could treat Social Security effectively. It's a matter of trust. The growth in Medicare and Medicaid spending is a problem, and one that is driven by rising health care costs. We need structural reforms additionally, such as the public option that can give competition to private health insurers and requiring drug companies to compete for lower prices. This kind of structural reform in the health care system, not simply cutting Medicare costs, which are symptoms of that larger health care problem. Additional health care reform is the way to go. And finally, to achieve fiscal balance, we should not simply reduce the deficit, but also we need to invest in the future. My organization is the founder of the Apollo Alliance for Green Jobs and New Energy. We applauded President Barack Obama when he ran and won on a program of investment, public investment, that would stimulate new productive industries that would make our economy more energy efficient and the private sector grow as a result. We estimate that it's going to take billions and billions of dollars, $400 billion annually over the next 5 years to really do the job. So my admonition to you, don't just cut the deficit. We agree that once the recovery comes, the deficit needs to be reduced. However, we need to grow the economy, reduce the deficit, and invest in the future. Thank you very much.